Tyler Henry is a mega hit medium. Between his 2 Netflix shows and connecting Hollywood superstars with loved ones from the other side, he also finds time to do a live tour called An Evening of Hope and Healing, which will stop in Las Vegas on February 16th. Maybe he sensed I was talking about him because he joins me right now. Tyler, how are you this morning?
Oh, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for having me. My ears were burning.
Well, we're very excited to have you on the show, of course, and people are very familiar with your work on TV, but what can viewers expect from your live show?
Well, An Evening of Hope and Healing is really a two-part show. So for those who are unfamiliar with my work, I share a little bit about who I am and lend context to what I do. I think being a medium, there's a lot of misconceptions, and so I try to kind of demystify that, ironically. And then we go right into, the group reading, and messages are shared. It really relies on meaningful coincidences. The idea that we're creating kind of the right place and the right time for something to be shared that has value to the person receiving.
What do you enjoy most about communicating with a live audience in that kind of setting?
I think my favorite thing about communicating with a live audience would just be the reactions and the sense of community that comes thereafter. Everyone comes in with varying degrees of expectation, and to see someone's mind blown, to see a real transformation and a sense of kind of catharsis is really healing, even if only one person's receiving that in a moment. I think everyone goes on that journey together.
At what point in your life did you find out or realize that you could pass on messages from those that have moved on to the other side?
Well, when I was 10 years old, I had my first premonition of my grandmother's death, but I certainly did not recognize that as an ability. It wasn't something that I considered to be something I could do. It's just something that happened to me. And then as I got older, these moments of knowingness just kind of increased. And before I knew it, I learned how to kind of actively embrace a form of meditation, kind of like an active imagination. And it's allowed really strong imagery to come through.
Yeah, I mentioned your breakthrough hit Hollywood medium at the beginning of this interview. How did that show even come to be? I mean, did you guys put that together? Did someone approach you? Was it via a reading? What's the story behind your rise to stardom?
Well, I was a teenager when I got my show on the E Network, and I came from a very small, pretty conservative town in Central California, an agricultural community, and really word of mouth just spread. I was doing readings for people kind of on the down low and had barely just told my dad. And then before I knew it, I was reading executives and all of their friends and family. I was being tested and put through the ringer. And it ultimately led to being able to share readings on a larger scale. I'm very thankful.
Yeah, well, has there been a star that you were nervous about meeting or who was hesitant about the reading that changed their minds afterwards, after they met you?
Well, I think when I recognized LaToya Jackson, I knew what I was in for. And, there was so much weight, so much expectation. And being that Michael was her brother and it was really a lot of weight and heaviness to have to convey specificity and details that weren't known to the public. And thankfully, I was able to. I was able to relay messages about his children and have since developed a friendship with his daughter. So it was really special. You just never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, one thing I was going to ask you, are you able to switch this off and just, completely disassociate? Or does it happen when you least expect it? Can it happen during a TV interview? Does it happen in a mall? Is it something that you can control, or is it just you accept it and feel like you need to communicate with someone?
Funny enough, the disassociating happens during the readings. I kind of enter into an altered state of consciousness and really just kind of daydream. It's kind of like what people used to do in class, except I get to do it for a living. And I scribble.
Yeah.
Scribbling is my way of kind of turning on. And then when I'm not scribbling, I'm able to kind of reduce that stimulus. But it's really a very internal process, a very deep inner world.
Well, Tyler, thank you so much for sharing that insight. And thank you for joining us this morning. We look forward to having you in Las Vegas.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon.
See you soon, Tyler. He will be here playing at the Pearl Concert Theater at Palms Casino Resort this Sunday for his An Evening of Hope and Healing tour. You can reserve your spot by going to thetylerhenrymedium.com.